Korean movie collectors, and welcome to another K-Tapes. Today I'm going to show you about 7 or 8 movies I got like perhaps 2 or 3 weeks ago. I promised you in the previous video, the poster video, that I was going to show you this little pile. So today's the day. So let's start with the first pick of the day. I grabbed this little baby here. So this is called Escape from Blood Plantation, but I believe this is an alternative title. I think it's Escape from Blood Island or something like that. So it's kind of like a woman in prison type of film, a bit low-key, I believe. And that was like early 1980s, I believe 1983, if I'm correct. So here is the tape, very good condition, very clean. Again, it's just a minor pick, nothing fancy. CNC home video. This is quite a cool label. They have like a couple of great releases under this label. So anyway, nothing fancy, but the tape is in very good condition. The overall box also is very clean, so this was a take. And price-wise, I didn't pay too much for it, so just grab that one. Okay, let's move on to the second tape. Something a bit more, not common, but that everyone knows a bit more. Friday the 13th Part 7. The great thing about the Friday the 13th series is that, first of all, they're all released by CIC except Part 1. And Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, that's other labels. But the whole series from 2 to 8, they're all released under CIC. And the thing with this company, at least in Korea, is that when they release tapes, I don't know why, but the sleeve is always oversized, so it goes over the edge of the clamshell. So every time you have those tapes, I don't know why, but the bottom or the top is all like damaged. This one, I don't know, maybe it was cropped. It doesn't look cropped though, it looks like original. So it's very clean. I'm very happy about this one. And the spine, everything is barely like unfaded. I mean, if it's faded, it's perhaps like, I would say like 5% faded. It's a really, really nice copy. Same goes for the tape inside. Very clean condition. And if you want to know, the rarest Friday the 13th tapes are usually 6, 7, and 8. 7 is perhaps the rarest one. Part 1 is perhaps the easiest one to find. But the thing with Part 1 though is it's extremely, almost, I should say, impossible to find unfaded or like near mint. Every time I found a copy, it's like a little bit of sun fade on the spine, although the general condition of the tape is clean. It's never like perfect. So Part 1 is extremely hard to find in perfect condition. I've never found one. So let's move on to the next tape. Let's stay in the zombie zone. This one, I posted this one on Facebook recently and got like a bunch of comments. I don't know, like usually people like to comment on the pictures used for the covers. And of course, like I'm just a bit tired of repeating myself with this, but you know, with Korean tapes, the thing is, they always use pictures of other movies. If you're into Korean tapes, you know this fact. If you're not, well, now you know. So this movie, it says Zombie 3, and then you have a picture of subspecies, perhaps I think subspecies 3. But then you look on the spine right here, and there's a picture of burial ground. And if you look on the back, there's also more photos of burial ground. So to be clear with this one, this movie is Burial Ground. And also, if you look up on IMDb, because I didn't know that fact before checking, but Burial Ground is also called Zombie 3 in a couple of countries. Like some releases have the name Zombie 3. So Zombie 3, Burial Ground, the front cover has nothing to do. Yes, it's subspecies 3, but the movie is not subspecies 3, it is Burial Ground. And this film is quite rare. I showed it to you before, so I'm kind of repeating myself here, but The other copy I had was actually like near mint. Again, the spine was unfaded or nearly unfaded, and I sold it. And this one is also up for sale. So if you're interested, just drop a comment or just send me a message. And of course, it's going to go for cheaper than the previous one. But this is quite rare. Although I found one like last winter, but seriously, it's perhaps the third copy I find in about more than 10 years of collecting tapes in Korea. So let's move on to the next one. Hitman the Cobra. Yep, some old school mashup ninja flicks. This is also quite rare. The copy is gorgeous. I mean, yeah, it has some sun fade, but the general appearance of the tape is very clean. And the same goes for the cassette inside. This one, it's not like I've been collecting like zombie tapes, ninja movies that much, but I haven't found this tape like many times. Maybe one or two other times, and both other times I sold it. So there's one more copy in stock right now, and it is for sale, of course. So that's for this one. Next I'm moving up to more recent releases. Saw 5. And as you know, I think the original Saw series in the States, because the tapes died out in 2006, they stopped at 2 or 3. For that, I'm not 100% sure. I would say part 2, because 3 was around 2006, so might have not been released on tape. But anyhow, in Korea, they went up to, believe it or not, part 6. Part 6 was released on tape, and that was sometime around November or December 2010. I found that tape only once, and I traded it with one good friend of mine for something equally rare. That was Last House on the Left, I think. That's also like a super rare tape, but yeah, I would say like, wow, I would go for Last House on the Left over Saw 6, perhaps, but Saw 6 for Korean VHS, it is extremely rare. I found only one tape, one copy once, and that was it. So part 5 is a little bit easier to find, I would say, but as time goes, of course, those tapes are just vanishing and becoming more difficult to get. Part 5 is a very, very nice tape. Just so you know, I have part 1 to part 5 in stock. Of course, they're for sale, I'm just telling you. And here you go, very good, very nice copy. So that is Saw part 5. Okay, the next one, please don't laugh. I know the movie is kind of not very good, but the tape is very rare, so I grabbed it. It's called The Happening. That was from the director of Sixth Sense and the Unbreakable. Anyway, the trilogy, the last part just came out, Split. That was good. Oh, and Glass, of course. Of course, this is a lesser effort that he made. Yeah, this movie wasn't too good. Although the premise was interesting, but turned out to be more like meh. But the tape is very rare. And again, this is, let's check, I think it's 2008, yeah, November 2008. So it's getting up there. And this is, once again, quite rare. So if you're looking into post-VHS demise, this is one tape to check. Yep, this is great tape. And finally, the cream of the crop. Inception, yes, Inception. Again, doesn't look like anything fancy. Like, okay, you'll say Inception, yeah, DVD, Blu-ray, no big deal. But this is, and I think I said that before, this is the very, very last videotape to be released in Korea. As far as it goes for, I mean, Hollywood movies. So that was the last big Hollywood film to be released on Korean VHS. And by that, I'm talking about December 2010. And this movie came on 2 tapes because it was a bit long, of course. So here you go. They didn't put too much effort. They put pretty much the same, visual for both tapes. Unlike, for example, Batman, The Dark Knight, they have like two different tapes, two different covers, artwork. Even for the tape themselves, they have two different artwork, which is really cool. So here's the tape. I'm not going to show you the other one, but it just says like part 1, part 2 right here. And that's it. So, voila. Voila, which means here you go. This is my little haul for like 2 weeks ago. Again, nothing like that fancy, but some really cool picks. Like, of course, Inception is really great. Burial Ground, very rare. That one I'm very happy. Hitman the Cobra, very happy as well. Just let's say this one, and the Blood Island. It's kind of like meh, okay, but great picks anyhow. So thank you again for watching my little videos, and I hope to catch you very soon. And by the way, I'm going to Daegu, which is south part of Korea, perhaps next month when it's going to be like crazy hot. And I hope to go back to that little place that I showed you in one of the previous videos, which is located in the market, and it's kind of like terrible. I mean, everything is very dusty there, and I hope this guy will receive more new tapes perhaps. So anyway, I'm gonna go back there and perhaps do a little video there. So catch you later. Thanks.